Human trafficking it's a global issue, but Cambodia is a particular hotspot in regards to being a source, destination and transit country. When we talk about human trafficking, it's not just what most people would think of as sexual slavery and young girls in brothels. It actually encompasses a whole range of areas to labour exploitation, unsafe migration, child labour. In fact, Cambodia has a larger problem for men being trafficked into labour exploitation than they do with women or children. In fact, 59% of men that have been through labour exploitation or trafficking in Cambodia have witnessed a murder. In late 2011, the team that were known as Stop Traffic applied to the RMIT Seeds Investment Fund with two projects that we wanted to activate. One was the Giving Gardens project, and another was called Tek Tek Tuk Tuk, an employment pathway for young men to introduce them into tourism and hospitality skills to combat migration and labour exploitation. And the first one that we implemented was Giving Gardens in January 2012.
A lot of the traditional farming techniques were lost in the 70s, and now that the Cambodian population is predominantly under 30, they haven't learnt these techniques of how to have double crops during the year. Before we started the garden, the local staff and the guys from the Cambodian Food Security Network and Stop Traffic sat down and actually drew a physical map of where everything was going to go.
The overall aim of the gardens was to actually utilise the plots of land within the shelter, provide vocational skills training for the young women that resided there as well as the staff in low-tech, low-cost, sustainable organic gardening, but also demonstrate through that it could make the shelter more financially viable. So the kitchen of the shelter actually purchases food from the garden at a discounted market rate, and any excess the team actually then hook them up into supermarkets around the Phnom Penh area to sell the excess produce so they can then raise money. Well, part of the beauty of it is that with the techniques that they're taught, they're chemical free, so there's actually no cost start-up to setting up their own garden outside of collecting leaves and learning the composting and mulching techniques that we teach. All of our trainers are actually Khmer. They're local Cambodians that we employ from the Food Security Network, so it's all delivered, all the training's delivered in Khmer by Khmer people.
We can see here that we grow the lemongrass as a living fan, and we have the sweet potatoes. Together we have the papaya here and also passion fruit. So different kind of diversity crop that in a small plot of land, but we give a lot of benefit and output.
The way it combats human trafficking is basically we're providing families with knowledge that increases their ability to produce food for themselves, so it lowers the running costs of their household, but also allows them to sell excess produce as well, which increases their income. So you find a lot of the problems, or the cause of trafficking in Cambodia is just absolute poverty. But through the provision of a garden, they can actually learn life skills through developing their own plot of land. They're taught to plant it, to crop it, to replant it. Each house in the orphanage has their own plot, but it has different vegetables in it, so they then learn trading strategies and market sort of worth of the produce that they're doing. One of the key benefits of receiving, I guess, a Kickstarter grant from RMIT Seeds is that it opens so many doors. You know, how do you say to an Australian marketplace, oh, by the way, we're a group of, you know, students that actually have an incredible work history and experience, but we've got a new idea. You know, we need you to back it, but we don't have a track record outside of what we've already done. Having a university see an idea and invest in it, particularly for creating change, lends and gives a lot of credibility and weight to what we're doing. It means that, you know, here is an educational institution that has seen something that we see, and allowing us to implement it. And that is one of the biggest hurdles that budding social entrepreneurs come across. They've got a fantastic idea, they're learning how to convey it to people that might not see the same change in what they want to see, but having something like the Seeds program means that it allows other people to go, whoa, okay, if someone else believes in it, then it's safe for us to believe in it as well. I think a lot of the things you don't see out of all of our garden projects is the actual healing capacity and the self-confidence that comes out of getting back to nature, raising chickens, you know, getting your own eggs and cooking from things. So, you know, the unseen part that you don't get in this is when a child or a beneficiary returns to their community, they can actually have a lot of confidence in their own ability to get on with life and create their own futures.